We only have so much time in our day, so in the next 3 minutes, I'd like you to meet someone who will make your day better. Saloni Doshi has wanted to make a difference for others most of her life.
Like, how do we alleviate poverty? How do we think about that? And then also like an obsession, I think, with nature and minimalistic sort of ways of living.
She took on some pretty big issues as a young woman.
I did a project in India that was like trying to build schools outside of, build schools for slums outside of universities. That has really stuck with me forever.
Her desire to make a difference got her looking at a problem most of us face every day.
The problem is packaging.
Have you ever thought about all the packages you send or receive and what happens to the actual packaging? Sounds like one big pile of pollution, doesn't it?
All of those, the potential in those resources basically waste away at a landfill. And so we basically like harvested a bunch of natural things, used a bunch of resources to make it, and then throw it away where it wastes away forever.
A lot goes on behind the scenes to make eco-friendly packaging.
After a couple years of testing, we were able to get to 100% recycled polymailer. And so that sort of, these are like what we find is like there's little incremental steps.
It's one thing to have a great idea and get it rolling. The next big part is getting people to actually use your product.
But we pushed and pushed and had a cadre of like very passionate businesses behind us that were like, yeah, we'll buy that if you can make it.
And while the company is growing, they aren't sitting back and patting themselves on the back. They're always looking at ways to make their products better.
Our goal, long term, is like if we want to make packaging out of packaging, that's only possible if all packaging gets recycled, so we can get all of that raw materials and turn it back into packaging. So it's a really important part of our story.
Saloni's company, Eco Enclose, is growing every day, and she says if you have an idea you want to push forward, go for it.
The risk that we sort of undertook to make this our reality was tremendous. And I wish I could go back to my 20 or 30 or younger 30-year-old self and be like, just do it. Do it when you have a lot less restriction in your life.
All of Saloni's contact information is in the show notes. You can also listen to my entire interview with her at tellus.howtomakeitbetter.com.